Hey folks, Crazy Clemmerade here again, and we're going to look at game number 4 in our 20 from the Intellivision series. This was a great fixed screen space shooter in which you shot from your cannon at falling asteroids and various space enemies. And this is Astrosmash, created by Mattel and John P. Sohl in 1981. This was also known as Astro Blast for the Atari 2600 port. But this was a great game. I remember seeing this at my neighbor's house down the street. If you press number 1 on the keypad, you get auto fire, and I recommend auto fire. It's great. Button number 2 will allow you to shoot single shots, and button number 3 will allow you to use hyperspace, which you only want to use sparingly in order to get away from a certain guided missile that you will see during the game. But you can press 1, 2, 3, or the disc, or maybe the enter or 4 button to select various difficulties or game speeds, excuse me. And this is a slow game speed if you press number 1 from the title screen. Boy, the enemies are slow here. But you will have various asteroids, various guided missiles, various UFOs, various things called spinners. And the spinner, this is the second slowest speed. The spinner is a thing that spins and it makes a little whining sound. When if you let it touch the ground, you will die. But yeah, the speeds are easy or slow, easier, slower, easiest, slowest, 1, 2, and 3. And you can press enter, or I think the disc to have the hardest setting. Really, the other settings are too easy. I'm just gonna go with the hard setting for regular gameplay. That's how I've always played it. Astrosmash is really kind of an easy game. You can, with some practice, you can easily get over 50,000 points. You get an extra life every 1,000 points. If you manage to get high enough, and there at 1,000 points, the screen changes color; it turns blue. And when you get a change in the screen color, all the point values for everything that you shoot will double. At 1,000, the screen will turn blue and the point values will double. At 5,000, the screen will turn purple and the point values will triple. At 20,000, the screen will turn turquoise and the point value will quadruple. At 50,000, the screen will turn gray and the point value will quintuple, I believe the term is. And then at 100,000, the screen will turn back to black and the point value will sextuple. But note that if you let asteroids pass you, the value of them will be deducted by a half from your score. So the scoring is a small rock will be 20, but if you let it get past you, you will lose 10 points off your score. And there is the guided missile. And again, if you press 3, and there's now I've got 3 times point value. But yeah, if you let a large rock get by you, that's minus 5 points off your score because its regular value is 10. spinners, either large or small, you do not want to let them get by you, or you will lose a ship. Getting an extra ship every 1,000 points, you can easily accrue a lot of extra ships. Whoops. But yeah, you'll want to use the hyperspace button. The hyperspace button will move you to a different location on the screen, on the bottom of the screen, on the same plane that you're presently on, and that might get you out of the way of the guided missile. It could also, of course, put you in the path of a falling rock. Note that the rocks, when the big ones, when you shoot them, they will often split into two smaller ones. Now, a fast falling rock, you don't want to get right under and shoot. I mean, if it's low to the ground, because it can split into two pieces, and that can easily hit you. So don't shoot a rock that's just above you if it's falling fast. There will eventually be multiple spinners on the screen at once, and you have to move quickly to take them all out. Sometimes a spinner will fall at an angle, and it will fall off the screen, and you won't have to worry about it anymore. But yeah, I would recommend setting the game to rapid fire. We're not going to do a full playthrough because that would take too long. I'm not the greatest Astrosmash player ever by any means, but I'm pretty decent, I think. Oops, except for there, running smack dab into a guided missile. But yeah, if you see that guided missile, it's going to try to make a move towards you. And if it's on the same plane, if it lands and stays on the same plane as you and starts coming after you, press the hyperspace button, number 3. Again, you can press 1 to have auto fire. You can press 2 to keep your shot a single shot. You can also use the side buttons to fire. But yeah, I recommend using auto fire and use the fast speed. The slow speeds are way too slow. Now, coming up at 20,000 points, not only will the point value start to quadruple for everything that you shoot. Yeah, we're just gonna skip forward here and there to later parts of the game because it would just take too long for me to do a full playthrough. But at 20,000 points, there will be a new enemy. There will be a UFO, and it flies horizontally across the screen, shooting at you. It will not descend to try to get past you or anything. It will just go from one edge of the screen to the other. Again, the scoring is a small rock is 20, a large rock is 10, and if you let those get past you, half that value is taken off of your score. Then the spinner, the big spinner is 40, the small spinner is 80, and if you let either of them get past you, and there it's 4 times point value, if you let either get past you, you will lose a life. Then the guided missile is 50 points. The UFO, there it is. You can shoot its projectiles. I got away from the crap. I got away from the guided missile by pressing the warp button or the hyperspace button. Yeah, the UFO is 100 points. If you lose a cannon, if you lose a ship or cannon or life, that will cost you 100 points. Now, the speed will increase at 200,000 and 500,000 and 1 million. The speed has already increased gradually during the gameplay. Oh, crap. There is a trick in this game, not in the game itself, but this game was initially supposed to be an asteroids ripoff, and it was called Meteor, and you just flew around space shooting asteroids, and I'm really glad they went in a different direction, because this game is awesome. But within the now how do you pull it off? Oh, you press and hold reset for like 3 seconds, and then you'll be able to play the original game, Meteor. The spinners and guided missile and the UFO can slam into the asteroids and be destroyed, and you won't have to deal with them. Yeah, we'll skip forward to various parts later in the game, just because I didn't. A full playthrough would have taken longer than I want to spend in this video, so we'll just look at snippets. And now the screen has turned gray, and the point value is now quintupled. And then again at 100,000 points, the screen will go back to black like it was at the beginning. And the jeez Louise, a lot of those spinners falling at once. And the point value will be sextupled, I believe the term is. Those little bastards. But yeah, if you miss one, then you will lose a ship. And now we're going to 100,000, and the screen goes back to black like it was at the beginning of the game. Yeah, my neighbor down the street had this. My family did not have an Intellivision. We were Atari 2600 owners. Ah, crap. Now I'm starting to lose all those ships that I had stocked up earlier on. Yeah, I had up to like 30 or 31 or so ships, and the game just gets way hard later on. Crap. Now all those spinners falling at once, jeez. Now if you get that extra ship, and then you get your score dropped below where the value where you got the extra ship, and then you go back over that value, you don't get an extra ship again. If you can understand what I'm saying. Dang it. But yeah, the rocks fall super fast. The UFO shoots faster. The spinners fall faster. And there's a whole bunch of them at once. Enemies in this game, not the musical group, the spinners. I rather like the spinners. They had some really good songs, Rubber Band Man and Working My Way Back to You and Then Came You, stuff like that. Games people play. The action just gets way friggin' fast by this point. And again, you can choose the speed setting by pressing 1, 2, 3, or the enter, or I think the disc controller at the title screen. Pressing 1 will give you a slow game, pressing 2 will give you a slower game, pressing 3 will give you the slowest game of all, and pressing enter, or I think the disc, will give you the hard setting, but that's really the one you want. Everything else is just too slow in my opinion. It seems a lot of Intellivision games gave you the option to choose your skill level by pressing a button on the keypad or pressing the disc at the title screen. Yeah, they can run into each other or run into asteroids and be killed. And I believe you get the I believe you get the point value for them. And there's my hyperspace function again. Jeez Louise. But again, this game was originally meant to be called Meteor, and it was going to be a crappy Asteroids clone, and I really am glad that they went in a different direction. Dang it! Yeah, now I'm starting to lose those extra lives. But yeah, if you hold reset for like 3 seconds, I guess, then you will be able to unlock the Meteor game and play it, and marvel at how crappy it is, and how much better Astrosmash is. But big fans of the Intellivision will fondly recall this game. This will be like one of the first handful they'll think of when they think about the Intellivision. Astrosmash was a great game. Yep. I pressed hyperspace, but I think it put me right in the path of a descending rock. Just watching the gameplay, you might think, boy, this game looks really dull and repetitive, but seeing how it speeds up over the levels, it's pretty intense. Plus the increase in the beat of the background sound effect kind of gets your blood pumping. Yeah, the Atari 2600 version of this, which was released by M Network, and M, of course, stood for Mattel. It was called Astro Blast. Jeez, he shoots a lot. Dang it. This was the best game I'd ever had on this. I just played for a while and I started to get better and better at this. I would recommend just kind of hanging around the middle of the screen with the rapid fire and just weave back and forth just a little bit. Crap. And take out the asteroids that, you know, in a tight little window. And again, don't try not to go right underneath an asteroid that is really low to the ground and shoot, because that can split into two pieces and easily nail you. God, they shoot so fast now. Those little spinners can be a real pain in the butt. But yeah, they're worth more than the big spinners. The small spinners are 80 and the big spinners are 40. And the small rocks are 20 and the large rocks are 10. Sometimes the large rocks will split into two smaller ones, and sometimes they don't. If there's like a cluster of rocks together, a cluster of large rocks, and you shoot one, they'll all blow up and they won't split up, which is kind of nice. I'm hoping you don't have COVID-19, and if you've got any relatives that have it, my best wishes to them. I've known some people that have had it, and it really sucks. But try to keep yourself in good health. Get exercise, because as far as I can tell, the healthier you are, the better chance you have of getting it out of your system in a couple of weeks or less. And in the meantime, just stay home if you don't have to go out. I have no choice. I work in a hospital. I've got to go to work. But keep your hands sanitized. Maintain your social distance. Jeez Louise, guys. Well, that finally is my game of Astrosmash. Created in 1981 by Mattel and John P. Sohl. Well, like I said, there is a trick. If you hold reset on the Intellivision console for like 3 seconds, then I guess you will be able to play the game of Meteor that this was originally supposed to be, and it's crappy. But we will have a quick look at it in a moment. I mean, just a real quick look at it. Yeah, it's not very good. It's got that same kind of beat to it, and it's got the same asteroids in it. Not a very good game. I'm glad they went with Astrosmash instead. Well, that was Astrosmash, created in 1981 by Mattel and John P. Sohl. Game number 4 in our 20 from the Intellivision series. Well, this is Crazy Clown Radio saying thanks for watching Astrosmash, and I hope to see you soon with game number 3 in my Intellivision series. Catch you then, folks. Have a good one. Bye-bye.